Alright, welcome back to my International Park series. Been delayed because of lots of news this week, but we're finally here on Saturday and we're doing it right now. This National Park series today is going to be all about Alton Towers, Alton Towers Resort. It's often shortened to Alton Towers, and it's a theme park resort located in Staffordshire, England. Um, it's owned by Merlin Entertainments, which owns, again, Legoland and lots of other European parks, specifically England parks. And it's built on the Alton Grounds private estate, or was private in the 1860s, and then by the 1980s it became public land and used for theme park. In 2017, it was the second most visited theme park um, in the UK after Legoland Windsor, which again is also um, owned by Merlin Entertainments. It opened on April 13, 1860 as the estate, and April 4th, 1980 as a theme park. It is open in season, so it's open March to November, and then because it's otherwise too cold and snowy, um, um, otherwise we have on the entire property there's the Alton Towers Hotel, Splash Landings Hotel, Enchanted Village, Sabibi's Land Hotel, stargazing pods, Alton Towers Water Park, Alton Towers Hotel Spa, a conference center, an Alton Towers Dungeon, and extraordinary golf, and an enchanted forest treetop quest, all on this massive resort complex here. In 2018, they had 2.35 million visitors, which is just under the 3 point something million of Six Flags Magic Mountain here in California. Going over some of the rides here at the Alton Towers, there's 10 total roller coasters. They have a steel flying coaster called Galactica. And one thing to know about Alton Towers is there's a height limit for almost like SeaWorld has a height limit. There's a height limit. So their coasters can't go too high. So they've done a very interesting thing. They put a lot of their coasters start off underground or have underground segments, or their drops go mostly underground. So they still have some pretty large and intense coasters, but some drops go underground and come back up through tunnels and stuff. So it's really cool how they did that. So they may look short from the ground, but don't let that fool you. And it's going through the 10 coasters now. We have Galactica, the steel flying coaster over here from B&M. It is the world's first B&M flying coaster. They have Nemesis, which is a steel inverted coaster, opened in 1994. It's also a B&M, and it's Europe's first inverted roller coaster. Oblivion, it was the world's first dive coaster, which is same thing as Valverin and all those the holding brake coasters they call them. The Alton Towers are the first one. It opened in 1998. It's a dive machine by B&M. Vita, the steel coaster, is the launch roller coaster, basically like a mini version of Accelerator at Knott's Berry Farm. If you went on Accelerator, it's you're zooming, um, you do 0 to 80 miles per hour it was like that, and then you come down, and then the ride finishes basically. Those were the first models led to things like Top Thrill Dragster and King Ka, those type of launched coasters. Continue on. We have the Runaway Mine Train, which is a steel mine train from Mag Rides for the children, and it's the oldest roller coaster in the park since the removal Bestie in 2013. Coming on down, we have the Octonauts Roller Coaster Adventure. This one's a steel roller coaster, opened in 2015. This coaster is designed for young children and families. It's themed to an underwater adventure. There's a spinning coaster called the Spinball Wizard, opened in 2004, and it's a spinning coaster themed to the game of pinball. between 2010 and 2015, it was themed around the Sonic the Hedgehog. It was named Sonic Spinball. Wonder in promotion of the new movie if they're going to theme it again to Sonic the Hedgehog. Then we're coming up to 13, which is a family coaster, but it's a drop coaster, so it's really interesting. This is the first coaster I think ever, at least the one I knew of that had it is the first one ever, the world's vertical freefall drop element on a roller coaster. So as you know, the new Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure is going to have a drop section, and this was the first one back in 2010. It's a family coaster, and you go inside. There's a show scene, and then it just drops about a good 20 feet or so. Then you get launched out and you finish the rest of the ride. But I love the drop section, and I'm very excited that it's finally coming to the U.S. parks because that'll be really fun, especially on Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. Coming on down, we have the Smiler, which is the Steel Infinity coaster. It holds the world's world record for most inversions on a roller coaster with 14. Yeah, I'd definitely be throwing up by myself if I went on that thing. That would kill me right there. 14 inversions. That's a lot of inversions. And but it looks really cool though. All the chains have a smiley face on them, and it's just because basically it's entirely a looping coaster. It's great. And the last roller coaster here is a wooden coaster called the Wicker Man, opened in 2018. It's like the newest roller coaster there. It's the first wooden roller coaster opened in the UK since Megaphobia, and the ride goes through a flaming Wicker Man structure, which is great. And that's it for Alton Towers. I definitely suggest you give Alton Towers a look. Yeah, a try. And if you're in the UK, definitely go. And if you're in England, the UK, go check out these Alton Towers. Go check out the Thorpe Park. They're very great. That so far ends our UK tour of theme parks. Next will be Canada's Wonderland. And if you like this video, make sure to turn on that bell to subscribe, as well as follow me on social media. Ethan Becker, Theme Park Wizard, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next video in a couple days.